High above the earth, where clouds rolled and stars whispered secrets to the moon, lived two ancient forces, the north wind and the sun. Though they shared the same skies, they couldn't have been more different. The north wind was strong and proud, wild and boastful. He rushed through the world with icy breath, shaking trees, rattling rooftops, and turning warm days bitter and cold. The sun, on the other hand, was quiet in strength. She warmed the earth with gentle rays, brought flowers into bloom, and helped rivers flow from the mountaintops to the sea. One day, as they looked down from the sky, a traveler in a heavy cloak was walking along a winding road below. He was wrapped tightly, hunched against the breeze, and clearly set on reaching his destination. The north wind puffed up his chest and said, "Look at that man. I bet I can make him take off his cloak faster than you can. I am, after all, the strongest of us." The sun, calm as ever, smiled warmly. "Let's see then. Let's make it a challenge. Whoever can make the traveler remove his cloak first shall be declared the more powerful." "Agreed," bellowed the north wind, wasting no time. He whipped down toward the earth in a fury, howling and swirling around the traveler. The wind screamed through the trees, sending leaves spinning like tiny tornadoes. He pushed and pulled at the cloak, trying to rip it from the man's shoulders. But the harder the wind blew, the tighter the man held onto his cloak. He clutched it with frozen fingers, wrapping it closer around his body to protect himself from the biting cold. The more force the north wind used, the more determined the traveler became to keep warm. His eyes squinted against the stinging gusts, and he bent low, pushing against the wind's fury. After several minutes, the north wind had exhausted herself. Her howls faded into a frustrated whisper, and the air began to settle. She huffed and looked to the sun. "Let's see what you can do," she muttered, certain he wouldn't succeed. The sun, bright and golden, began his work quietly. He cast her light down gently, warming the earth below. The traveler, still bracing from the storm, felt a change. The chill in the air faded. The warmth seeped into his skin, and soon he straightened up, stretching his back and sighing in relief. The sun continued to shine, slowly increasing her warmth, not with force, but with kindness. Birds emerged from trees to sing again. The traveler loosened the clasp of his cloak, letting it fall open as the pleasant heat embraced him. Before long, the man stopped along the path, looked at the sky, and smiled. He took off his cloak completely, folding it over his arm. With a relaxed pace and a lighter step, he continued on his journey, now free from the weight of the thick fabric. Up in the sky, the north wind watched in stunned silence. No gust, no storm, no power of his could have achieved what the sun had done so effortlessly. The sun said nothing, only shining steadily as she always did. The north wind finally spoke, her voice quieter than before. It seems warmth and gentleness can do what force and fury cannot." The sun nodded, not in triumph, but in truth. "Kindness," he said, "has a strength that force will never understand." And so, from that day on, the north wind and the sun remembered the traveler's cloak whenever they watched the world below. The north wind still danced across the skies and whistled through the valleys, but he had learned that not every battle is won with might. And the sun continued to rise each day, patient and constant, proving over and over that warmth, given freely, can melt even the coldest resistance. The moral of the story: gentle persuasion is more effective than force.